It was a very spring-like day. It was very warm and windy. This is all ahead of our next system. So right now we're pretty quiet, not tracking a whole lot of active weather on our sky cams at this moment. The radar is quiet as well, but don't let this let your guard down because we are still tracking that system moving in within the next couple of hours and bringing that potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. As of right now, not seeing a whole lot of activity. It does look like a few showers tried to fire up across parts of southern Illinois and back into southeastern Missouri. They really just didn't quite make it. We don't see the better lift for these storms make its way in until we see that cold front get closer to the area. So that's kind of what we're waiting for right now. And it is a very strong front. Look at the temperature differences across the country. Here at home, we're still holding on to the 70s back in Topeka, back at about 37 degrees. So a huge change is going to be coming our way as we head into tomorrow. Ahead of this system, it's been very windy. We're already seeing those sustained winds running close to 30 miles per hour for some of us, and that's without the thunderstorms. Right now, Carbondale reporting 29, Perryville 28, 25 in Cape Girardeau, Paducah at 16. So again, very gusty out there tonight. Again, outside of those thunderstorms, once those storms move in, we are tracking the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms. We're talking large hail, damaging winds, and if we can get those storms to form out ahead of that front, there is a potential for strong tornado as well. So we're going to need to have multiple ways to get alerts as we head through the overnight hours tonight. Once that front comes through, a shock to the system tomorrow. We're much cooler and it feels a lot more like winter. This is a look at the satellite and radar tonight. There have been a couple of different areas we've been watching with this. One of those is across our area. Another is off across the northern portions of Illinois. We already have storms firing off to our north. We have just a little bit longer to go before we start to see some of that here at home. I think for the next hour or so, we are still seeing that strong cap in the atmosphere. So the big question is, will these storms be able to tap into that environment that is primed for severe weather? If they can get through that cap, we are tracking the potential for those very, very strong storms, and that would be out ahead of the front. So this is a look at about 7:30. You can see some of those trying to show up and with this particular model, but the actual cold front doesn't start to push in until afterwards. The cold front will bring the end to the severe weather. So along that cold front, we will see the potential for storms firing up, of course, along the front. With that front, we're talking about straight line winds being a pretty big concern, and we could see a spin up within that line as well. That front doesn't make its way out of the area until about 3 o'clock. So unfortunately, this means a lot of us are in bed. We've gone to sleep for the night, so you'll want to have something that's going to wake you up. Good news is by tomorrow morning, we're just quiet and cold. No more active weather in store for us as we head throughout your day on Wednesday. It will be breezy though. While we're tracking today, that potential for tornadoes, if we can get those supercells to develop, that yellow area where you see the lines through it back across parts of southern Illinois is where we do see the best potential for that to happen as we head through the next couple of hours. The other concern, of course, are those strong damaging winds. You'll notice that hatched area extends a bit further back into parts of southeastern Missouri. Even if you are not in the hatched area, you want to make sure you are staying weather aware tonight. So Storm Track 3 app, download that onto your smartphone and make sure your notifications are turned on, because if they're not, they won't go off and they won't wake you up. Weather radio, also another good option. Do not rely on those tornado sirens to wake you up. Once this cold front starts to move in, look at this temperature difference. We're talking about temperatures by about 1 o'clock back in Carbondale already dipping down into the 40s by tomorrow morning, dropping down close to freezing by the time we start the day. So within a matter of hours, we're talking about a very impressive change. So be ready to break out the winter gear again by the time we get to tomorrow. We stay cool and cloudy as we head into your Thursday, maybe a few showers on Friday, but overall, of course, that focus is going to continue to be this evening and through the overnight hours tonight. And we have the whole Storm Track 3 team here tracking this tonight.
All right, I know you'll be keeping us informed throughout the evening and into the early morning hours if necessary.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you,
Jason.
Jason.